Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly turn on the PMDG 737 from cold and dark. There's a few people asking for this, so let's go ahead. So in the cockpit, as you can see, everything is completely switched off. First thing I'm going to do, overhead, batteries to on, emergency lights armed. We're going to then come up here and switch the RSs to a nav, so we are ready for that. Now there's two things you can do here. You can either go straight to APU or we'll go ground power. So for this example, we'll go to ground power. So into our FMC here, we're going to go to FS actions. We're going to go to ground services, request the ground power. Now that will take a second, but when it's ready, you will hear, you will see even this light here illuminate. Now that beeping's normal. It means we've got no power. So there we go. So as soon as I've activated the ground power, as you can see, that beeping stopped and we now have systems. Change this to BAT so you can see the amps coming through for the battery, and we're on ground power. So as you can see, we've got voltage coming through the ground power as well. We're going to put the window heats on to 4. Now these would normally be off, but for some reason mine are on, but these you would pull down for the window heats, those 4 switches there. And back into the FMC here. So what we're going to do is it's telling us to enter our IRS position. So while everything is booting up, it does take about 30 seconds or so. That's why the screens are still black. So we're going to return here, and what I tend to do is I put my fuel in, I put the payload in and get this all bit set up as well, and then into the system itself. So for reference, EGNX, that's where I am right now, so that's where you put in the airport reference, and then you just obviously pick on the lat long here, the positions, and as you can see, that's just basically auto aligned there, and we have systems. So from this stage, what you're going to do is, say you set up your FMC, you've got your MCP all set up as well, so for your departure, etc., you've got your QNH, everything else is done, and you're ready for the system to start. So what we're going to do is on the APU, we're going to bring that to on the fuel pumps here. We're going to go to aft left, on engine 1, sorry, and we're going to start the APU. So that light extinguishes and the exhaust temps will start coming up. And as you can see, the exhaust temperature is rising for the APU, and again, this does take about a minute or so. Once the APU is ready, you will see this APU Gen off bus illuminate, which is just done there, and all you're going to simply do is pull this switch down and this switch down for the APU generator. So now we are completely running on the APU, so we can go ground power comes off. You want the APU bleed on. Now left and right pack you need to make sure are off, and the isolation valve is open. So back into here, FS actions, ground services, and we can release the ground power unit, the GPU here. So for engine start, all we're going to do is obviously put on our anti-collision lights. We're going to make sure the packs are fine. They are absolutely fine. And everything else is fine. So we're going to turn on the rest of the fuel pumps. If you've got anything in the center tanks, you turn them on as well, but I don't, so it just give me a low fuel pressure warning. This fasten seatbelt signs and everything can come to auto at this point, and we'll switch this to generator, AP generator, and as you can see, we've got voltage, that's fine, and we have pressure for engine start. So all we're going to do is where it says both here, we're going to select either left or right ignition, doesn't matter, and we're going to go to ground. Down here, you should start seeing N1 rise, and there it goes. N2 rise, my mistake. N2 rising. Well, I do have central tank, it doesn't matter. This is just a quick load of the aircraft, just to show you guys this. At 20%, we're going to initiate the fuel, which is behind the throttles. Engine 2 fuel is on, and as you can see, everything else is starting to light up, and the engine is actually starting. So all we do now is we're literally going to wait for this switch to automatically go back to off. And once that's done that, it takes about a minute or so. And once it's done that, then we'll literally do the same thing for engine 1. There we go. You heard that click, that's gone to off, and then for engine 1 we're going to go to ground. And N2 should start rising. There it goes. N2 is rising again. We're just waiting for 20%, and then we'll initiate the fuel. There's 10. 15 and 20, and the fuel coming on just behind the throttles here, and that should kick everything else into life, and there it goes. This warning here, don't worry about that, that's just because I literally don't have the fuel pumps on. Like I said, this is a quick load just to show you guys how to get this up and running from cold and dark. So same situation, we're just going to wait for the engine 1 starter here to go to off. Any moment now. What you can do as well is, don't forget guys, as a lot of people forget this, is set this here to the altitude you're cruising at. So if you're going to go up to 39,000 feet, you put in 39,000 feet. And your landing elevation as well for your airport. Now I tend to set this to the departure airport just in case we need to return. Once I have taken off and on my way, then I'll switch this to the elevation of the actual airport I'm landing at. So as you heard that click there, we've got good engine starts. So we're going to work our way left to right here. So your dampener can come on at this point, working our way down. Fuel pumps are fine. We're going to switch this to Gen 1. As we can see, we've got good voltage there, working our way down. Now here, same thing for the APU. We're going to go left and right generators, and generator 1 and generator 2 to on. And that's the aircraft using the generators from the engines to power all the systems. Working our way down here, working our way down here. Everything is fine. Probe heaps can come on. You want the hydraulic pumps for electric 2 and electric 1 to come on as well at this point. And working our way down here, so left pack to auto, right pack to auto, and isolation valve to auto as well. APU bleed can come off at this point as well, and we are pretty much ready to go. This warning here is just literally telling me my door is still open. That's all that is. Obviously you have had this all prep prior engine start, and we are ready for taxi. That is it, and that's how you turn on a 737 and get the engines up and running. A very quick guide. We skipped bits, like I said, about the FMC setup and everything, but I hope this helps. And yeah, if you want to see any more, please let me know. Have a good day. Bye bye.